What is up, guys? Your boy Alex and
Sam.
Today we have something special, and so we recently went and watched Three Idiots. That was like a few days ago, and we really enjoyed it. And I know you guys always want us to review when we watch a movie, so we're going to give you a review today. Excuse me. But I really liked the movie. I was honestly definitely shocked with how it, like, everything that happened. It wasn't what I expected. Also, for everyone that is new to the channel, if this is your first video watching it, we post videos every single day.
Every day.
So make sure you subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss out on any videos that we do post.
Very important. Plus, we love to go live all the time. Alex went live today for about 4 hours to chat with you guys.
Long time.
We had, was it over 1,000 people stop in?
Yeah, over 1,000 people came and hung out.
That's great, guys. We love that kind of a thing. We love getting to chat with you guys. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there today in the live stream because I went to work. But I do plan on being them as often as I can. But you guys will get to talk to Alex every single time. He loves to hang out with you guys.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, it's a good time for everybody. Just come and stop in and say hi.
Also, lastly, you guys are pushing me today on the live stream to start my Patreon again. So my Patreon is back up. If you guys want to be part of the Patreon, it'll be down in the description below. If you want for more just extra content, things like that, make sure you go check out the Patreon. But let's get back into what we were talking about, and that's Three Idiots. So as we'll talk about the actors really fast. We got Amir Khan. He was insane. He played a Rancho,
the role.
And I liked his like awkward like goofiness, but then he was just so there for his friends. And just when you find out like what he went through in the movie, you like love the character even more, and you're like, whoa, like this is
we don't want to give
it's a review. People are watching this, so it's okay.
I guess it's okay for us to give spoilers.
Yeah, this is if you're watching this, you've probably already, hope you've already seen it. But great movie, and like throughout it, you think, oh, he's some rich person. And I even told her, I was like, we're gonna find something out. I was like, I feel like he went through something crazy. Like, I don't know if his dad's dead or like something's happened in his life, and like he isn't what people think he is.
Well, because it's kind of at the beginning of the movie when the professor actually is kind of talking to his friends and saying like, hey, this guy has money, like he comes from money,
Rich family,
so he has that to fall back on, and he kind of talks to the other two friends and kind of says like, what are you doing? What are you gonna do if all this goes south? What's gonna happen with your families? And so that was kind of a hard-hitting moment for those characters, I think.
But when that happened, I knew. I was like, okay, there's like way more to it.
That's when we kind of realized we're like, something might be off about this because it doesn't seem entirely right, just based on his character. You can kind of tell.
And then we find out in reality he wasn't from the rich family, and then his dad really did die. So I got that. I guess that, and he was right.
Yeah.
But I really liked Amir Khan's character, and then finding out at the end, like he ended up being that guy that made all this stuff and invented all those things like 400 patents, all that. Had a really good school. It had the Millimeter, the other guy, there too, and everything was just going really well. That made me happy. The ending was amazing.
Really cute. I loved when they went up to him and they start talking to him, and then they realize it was Millimeter from back at school, and that was a really cool moment.
He showed him
like, wow,
all the stuff. He's like, oh, here's all your photography books. Here's all your blogs that you post. He keeps and like reads everything, looks at everything.
Yeah.
And then for Pia, Kareena Kapoor, like the helmet, which it was just really cool.
That was probably my favorite movie, or the favorite part in that whole movie, is when oh my gosh, earlier in the movie he tells her like, I have this dream where you come to me and you're riding on a motorcycle or the scooter thing. And you're wearing a wedding dress, and instead of a veil you have a helmet on, and you take it off, you come up close and you kiss me, and then that moment actually happens at the very end, her wearing a wedding dress,
and he was saying it too, and he got slapped.
Yeah, literally she leans in like she's gonna kiss him and then slaps him at the last minute. I thought that was so funny.
But
I thought it was so funny.
The whole movie though, it's like a comedy, and I'm like, this was not like
it was not entirely
there was
a comedy.
Funny moments. It was funny. Like it seemed like okay, they wanted to be a comedy, but it was so serious. Like
there were a lot of very serious.
How serious the movie was. I was like, okay, this isn't like a comedy. I wouldn't consider it a comedy because of how serious it was. I thought it was just a really good movie. And generally, when you think of a comedy, it's like you think like the show The Office, or like one of those Will Ferrell movies, like Anchorman, or something like that. And it's like those aren't as serious.
Like with a title like Three Idiots, I thought it was gonna be like Three Idiots, like Three Stooges, maybe kind of comedy, where it's like three really dumb guys. But honestly, those guys were
super smart.
From
the start.
And they had a lot of like rough stuff happen to them throughout the movie, throughout their lives and everything. You just see them overcome all these obstacles and then become successful anyway. So, I mean, they're really anything but idiots.
I liked Farhan. I liked Raju. The actors were really good. I liked them. But I just thought it was cool how they were, like, in the movie, they kept them so close-knit. And then, like, Rancho helped them out so much. And they realized that at the end of it, they're like, whoa, he was doing all this for us, like, taught us so many things. And then, like, it's been 10 years, they finally want to see him. And they even go out of their way to get Pia back for him. Like, they do all this stuff to see him.
They put all this faith in him. And it's kind of cool because I feel like many people wouldn't go out on such a limb for somebody knowing next to nothing like they did. And they were just like, nope, no matter what we've heard, we know who our friend is. And they were still willing to go through all these lengths just to go see him and make him happy and everything.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you think of the title 3 Idiots, so back to that. And, watch out. And generally, like, you're thinking, like, okay, it's going to be funny, they're probably idiots. And then you watch it, and their professors are calling them idiots, and you find out why. It's like, oh, they're not idiots. Like, this is really dumb. And just how they were treated the whole time was ridiculous. I told Sam to take notes throughout the movie, and her notes were terrible. One of the notes she had was the peeing part from the beginning where he makes the thing, right when they introduced Rancho into the movie. He puts the thing and the guy pees on it, the senior, and he gets shocked.
It's a spoon and he ties like wire to it and everything because the guy's like banging on the door saying like, if you don't open this door in 10 seconds, I'm gonna pee all over your door. So he literally like sticks the spoon with the wire wrapped around it and like connects it to some, I don't know, I think it's an outlet or something, so that when the guy pees on his door, he pees on that metal spoon and that electricity like zaps right back up at him and electrifies him. Yeah. That was pretty crazy.
There was that, and then...
But I mean, it was from that moment you realize, like, this guy is pretty smart, brilliant.
They're smart people.
Yeah.
And that's right when he's introduced. You're like, okay, he's a smart person.
I don't think he said a word at that point. Like,
no, he didn't say anything. And then I liked that out of all of it, he ended up being number one in the class the whole time he was there, which was crazy because the other guy like wanted it so bad and he was just trying to memorize things but not learn things. And he kind of showed him like, look, you have to actually be interested in it. You actually have to like want it.
And that's Rancho's whole thing, is because the whole time it wasn't even his name going on the degree, it was somebody else's name. He just wanted to be there so he could learn. And that's kind of, I feel like, what people are getting away from in school now. So I kind of really liked that it had that aspect to it, just because I'm a big believer in that, like education for education's sake, just to learn things, learn about the world around you, be smarter, become a better person, as opposed to just getting a meaningless piece of paper because you didn't really earn it. You know, you kind of just cruised your way through.
And then you had like all the suicides that happened in the movie were super sad. That's where like it's like a turn. You're like, okay, this is very serious.
And they're all having a great time. They're being silly. We think that it's about to have a happy ending for this one guy. His friends are going to help him out, and then it really just takes that turn.
So that's when you're like, okay, this movie's a lot more than like it's not a comedy. It's a very serious.
To each other, we were like, wasn't this supposed to be a comedy?
Yeah, it's like this. It was very serious, and there's a lot to it. That's why for me, I'm like, I don't watch it as I don't think it's a comedy. I think it's like a very serious but really good movie. There's humor in it, but it's not like the movie isn't all just humor. Yeah. You know, it's not just.
It actually has a lot of substance to it, and it has a really good message on a lot of things.
The story's really good too.
It touches on that issue of like suicide in that part. You know,
it's really well.
It touches on that a couple times and kind of puts out a good message.
I mean, even Raju like jumps out of the building, but then like Amir, they do all that to help him get him back and all that, and it's just the whole thing. The good thing was it all ended on a positive note. You learn a really good lesson, you know, and it's like it was just really cool. And then like how the other friend, Ferran, he had the picture in his wallet with his parents, and if he ever has bad thoughts, he would look at that. Just
Yeah.
I cried. The amount of times I
was
cried
really
throughout the
sweet.
movie, I cried so many times. It was just a really good movie, man.
It was. It was a very good.
And it was good at the end how the parents supported their kids. You know, they supported them, and you know, and then they believed in themselves and were doing their dreams. They followed what they wanted to
and
do.
even the professor at the end, he's been this whole stereotype the whole time. Like, he told his children what their career paths were going to be and push them and push them and push them towards that. Doesn't really care about what they wanted. At the very end,
Well, it wasn't even the very end. It was with the baby. That was
Yeah.
probably. It was like probably another, closer to the end of the movie.
Maybe not the very ends. Regardless, when his
Grandson.
when his grandson, or is it granddaughter? I don't know. Grandson. You're right.
Grandson.
When his grandson is born and he's kicking his legs, he says, "Oh, maybe you want to be a football player."
Yeah, that
you
was
know?
cute because he shows like the difference, and then because
Yeah.
later in the movie, then the next time we see him is at the wedding, and then. But then it was cool that Amir Khan, like, for Rancho got the astronauts. That's when he got the pen.
pen,
was
yeah.
from that. He gave him the pen.
That was a great moment too. There was a lot
But-
of really good build up to that specific moment, and I know we saw that in the trailers for this movie too. So I was
Well-
excited to see about that.
Yeah.
So I really liked. I mean, I kind of thought that it was probably going to go that way, but it was a really satisfying moment watching him give that pen.
But
It was
no,
really cool.
I really liked the movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. I'm excited to watch more Indian cinema. You guys have been saying Hadir, Hadir, Hadir. So we are probably going to watch that next, and then
Yeah.
maybe Kabir Singh. But I really enjoyed Three Idiots. There's more Amir Khan movies, or even movies with Kareena Kapoor. I know there's the Good News movie. You might watch that. That's a really good, like, rom-com one.
I love a good rom-com.
And
Who doesn't?
well, it's like, I think Good News is they're trying to have kids, and then the babies get split. Like the dads, these two couples, I think, in Good News are trying to have kids, and then the sperm goes to the wrong women, and then they find out.
It's like a mix-up.
But it looks cute. I think that's the one that Kareena Kapoor's in. But back to Three Idiots, I really enjoyed it. The actor's really good message in the movie, and just really positive, and I liked it a lot. But let us know in the comments what you guys thought of Three Idiots. Let us know down below. Like I said earlier, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you turn those notifications on so you don't miss out on videos. And also check out Patreon down in the link below. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yep. See ya.
Peace out. Bye, guys.
Bye.